Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is a late start, yes. I had an interesting lay in bed this morning that I couldn't actually get out. My back had seized up a little bit, so hence a little bit late, but that's okay. It is all okay now. So I'm Ross Bounty, Psychic Medium, finally bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread readings. And lovely to say, oh, good morning from YouTube, Red Horse Ramblers. Lovely to see you here. Thank you for popping in. And Karina, good morning to you. You've caught me live. That's wonderful. Probably because I'm later than usual. And we do have Jacqueline watching on the profile. I've got this going to my Facebook page. That's the cartoony icon. The Facebook profile, that is my photo from a few years ago, and mytimetv.live. Those are the three Facebook destinations you can watch me from. I can only bring comments onto the screen from the Facebook page, which is the cartoony one, and mytimetv.live. I am actually monitoring on my iPad the comments that are popping up in the Facebook profile. That's just to sort some of that out. And we've got Sonia, who is either on mytimetv.live or the Facebook page. So there you go. I'd say my time. Sonia, these are general card spread readings. It's just the one reading that I do it as a overall arching for everyone, and each of your own situations, your environment, whatever is happening in your life can be interpreted using these cards. Some form of help and assistance will be able to be present in the cards for you. So good morning, Caitlin. Lovely to have you here. And yay, you made it. Yes, you did. Wonderful to see you here. Sometimes it's good to be late, isn't it? So there we go. Thank you, Sonia, for understanding that. And I'm not quite sure how to get the. I know I can't get the comments up from the iPad, that they won't be able to be seen. I'm just going to probably put that in a better position on my stand, so hopefully I can see it better as I'm going across with the readings. I'm not sure whether you swipe left, you swipe to reveal comments, swipe left to reveal comments and actions. Good. We learn something new every day, don't we? So let's go over to the cards. Tune into your, whatever you name, the connection you make with spirit. Bring that into your focus, that you're connecting with as we're reading these cards too. So looking great in red brings out my beautiful eyes and colourful glasses. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And of course, slopey shoulders, they tend to fall forward. But that's okay. We're all different shapes and sizes, aren't we? Great to see me as always. Oh, thank you, Caitlin. I love yous. Here we go to the cards. Swing it over, and I haven't put it into the right focus. There we go. That's the overall to start with. I didn't check that this morning. Here we go. Look, it doesn't matter. Gilded Reverie Lenormand, the Ciro Marchetti's deck. Love it. Expanded edition. And here are the three cards we're going to be reading with. It is the tree, the fox, and the bear. Lovely cards in the positions we'll look at in a minute, and the owl card that's faded in the light because we do have a bright light through the window. So what if I fall? Oh, but darling, what if you fly? Yesterday we had one of the owls that was taking flight as well. So no, yesterday we're a work in progress. It was the day before that we have escaping the cage and taking flight. Beautiful cards. We're on the flight pathway again. So it is a bit of a doing card. Now I'm going to zoom in to the cards so that we can see them more closely. Here we go. Now that looks a bit better, being in that size. Now I'm starting with what we've got as the central card, the central theme. And thank you, Caitlin. Oh, JC, and I love you too. Yeah, beautiful. And you like it. The cards, yes. They are going to be great cards this morning, as we can see. And Jacqueline, you're saying love it and go with the flow. Thank you for that. Yes, it is. we do go with the flow here quite easily. Right, Fox in that central card theme, E. Well, sometimes we can see it as a sneaky sly fox, but it sort of has that energetics about it in a way. But I still see the fox as being that is the parent looking after its babies. It's looking for food, yeah, for itself mainly, I suppose, but it's more so for the family. That's how I've always felt about fox. When you see them in real life as a creature, as an animal in the wild, they're such a beautiful creature. Yes, they do damage to other animals. They're not very nice in many respects as far as what damage they can cause, when certainly they don't always eat the full carcass. They just go in to kill at times and not make use. But as we look at the regeneration of all parts of our life cycles in the environment, every little bit is used, reused. What is left does decay and go back into Mother Earth. Although this one, with what we do, yeah, I can see that, Caitlin. Yes, they do. They can be, that word, exactly. And you can sort of see that sneaky looking, I'm going to work out one way or another to get into that chook yard and have some chooks, because that is where I've seen the worst damage that a fox can do, although I have seen them after the attack of lambs and stuff like that. You don't want to imagine that. What we're looking at here is the sense of planning another way, of moving around what may be an obstacle, that we can gain where the objective that we are wanting to move toward. And I feel that because of the way that we are living in sort of a karmic world, that it needs to be along the good. Probably not the destructive that a fox might be used to, but along that is the good for everyone, and moving it forward to a focus that's got a lot of positives. So feel into that energy around what you have in your life at the moment, as to how does that theme fit in for you today. Because, yes, what we're going to move to next is the tree. And here we have Sandra sharing. Roz, I always love what you share about fox and mice. You love my interpretations. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. I love your interpretations too, because you have a really good grasp on all the energetics of cards as well. And what we have next is the tree. Whoops, I'm just trying to get the iPad commenting to come up. Oh, well, it's not. Too bad. The tree. It is that is really, really grounded. And this is in the energy of our home space right now. So for the day today, really feel that sense of you are grounding into Mother Earth. You're really tapping into that's your deepest roots. And that might be back through, this is the Kabbalah symbol, the tree of life, that does tap into all of that's our ancients and our history, and the potential that we've got with that rainbow emanating through it. We're really thinking, being thoughtful and analysing to some extent of where we are placed within our own tree of life. And you can see the abundance that's in the topmost, that is the growth. And we can't see the roots, but we know they're deeply grounded because of the lushness and the fertility, the fruitfulness of this tree. And that really does reflect our own lives as we make it, as our story unfolds, and bring in what is our potential. And especially let that be your focus for today. So whatever it is that you're experiencing and whatever you're doing and moving through, that you are bringing it in that context of, this is my story. It's my tree of life that I'm living. What am I going to grow forth with to help nourish others and bring in that fruitfulness for the wholeness of what is mankind, for our humanity? Because we do know there's scientific evidence that shows trees with their roots do network and communicate with each other in many different ways that we don't always understand. And I believe it is that spirit that's even in the trees and those living beings, including the fox, and now into the bear as we're moving into our workspace. The bear working with whatever it's doing underneath the water that we may not see, but its aim is definitely moving and pointed towards the future of its family and in its natural environment, looking after whatever needs to be done. And in the workspace, that is looking at the finer details as well, and not always needing to actually be seen and acknowledged doing those things. It's just being in that workspace, doing what you need to be doing as part of a team or isolated to yourself. Polar bears do live a fairly solitary life, I understand. But it is all of what our connection is in our environment is connected with each other, whether we like it or not. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food that is sustained by the sun, and the reflection of the moonlight at times, it all plays its process of what is our physical world, and we are living in this physical world. And don't you think it's wonderful? I do. When I see how everything does interact and we are really living our story, bring it to the fore that whatever it is that you are involved in, it is perfect and in the perfect timing of when you need to be doing what you're doing. So tap into what is your work ethic today? Is it just to be isolated for the sense of getting away from others and not being seen? Or is it to be steadily doing what is your work to have it shine for the whole team, for the whole of whatever your work, the productivity is, and bringing it forward? If you're in retail, selling a lot of wonderful things that are useful for others, and making that cycle of what we do being worthwhile, because it certainly is for the bear. So with that, take into that context of working things out that is for the greater good rather than the selfishness, that we might perceive the fox to be. I think it really is changing that story that we are seeing from our own journey, that we are part of the puzzle, or we are it sort of thing, into what can be beneficial for everyone else as well. Okay, so that's how I'm seeing the cards for today. Hopefully that's meant something for you, and try to get those. Yes, there's no more comments in the profile. Even if you would like to pop over to the Rosbounty page, and I can see your comments more easily. It's okay wherever you choose to watch from, including the YouTube channel. Thank you to the watcher who is there. Like and subscribe, and then you don't miss out on it. And I do have an @PsychicRos YouTube channel as well. I will need to be linking that more directly for future events, probably more lessony type things. We'll see what develops there, just so that we've got extra time to learn more about the wonderful energies of the tools we use, because it's not just related to, not just left to cards, and that there's so much that we can learn as we move along in touching that inner self, getting in touch, tapping into it, and really just strengthening our connection with spirit, and all the ways that we can do that. So thank you so much for being here. And Caitlin's got those lovely clapping hands and hearts. Thank you so much. And just what you needed to hear, and thank you from Caitlin. To each of it and anyone who's made it to the end to watch the full replay, thank you as well. I do appreciate it. And keep being the best you, and, just move forward in what you feel is from your central, that central heart space, your soul, whichever way you're feeling it in connection with spirit. Keep moving it forward. And I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.